Hey, hi Sandeep.
Sure.
So let me share my screen. Our recording is started. Hope you are able to view my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss about that lesson third, that is remediate risk with Microsoft Defender for Office 365. Correct? So in the
Yeah.
last class, what are the stuff we have discussed? We have discussed about the Microsoft
Defender in general, the family of defenders, spoke
components,
about
right?
threat. Yeah.
Correct. And what are the we have also discussed what are the components of the Microsoft 365 Defender is used to integrate with other stuff, correct?
That's right. Yeah. What are the variants and vendor family?
Correct. So those are very important because if you will remember, like suppose you want to secure your organization device, right?
Yeah.
For that you need to use what? Microsoft Defender for endpoints,
Endpoints.
correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So these are stuff you have to remember, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let us discuss. So in this particular module, we are going to discuss about define the capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Office 365.
Hmm.
Then we are going to discuss about how to simulate attacks within your network, and also I'm going to explain you how Microsoft Defender for Office 365 can remediate risk in your environment. Means whatever the environment you are working in that environment. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, let us discuss about this. Okay. So Microsoft Defender for Office 365 is a what cloud-based email filtering service that helps protect your organization against unknown malware and viruses by providing robust zero-day protection. So every week, how much malware, uh, warning we are getting?
About
Average.
17,000.
Yes. So they are protecting from 17,000 malware each and every week. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, you can see that industry leading protection. Correct. So
Hmm.
protect against sophisticated threats and automatically investigate and remediate attacks. So first is what? What do you mean by industry leading protection? Do you have any idea?
The sort of updated technology like machine learning, backend with AI.
No, no. Industry leading protection I'm talking about.
No.
See, industry leading protection means what? If you are using any technology, suppose Python, correct? I'm
Okay.
giving you a very basic example.
Yeah.
So the advisable according to the industry, we have to use the what? Updated version of Python, correct? But
Okay.
if you are using still 2.2 or 2.9 version of Python, then you're not secure.
Yeah.
Your code is not
Totally.
secure, correct? So
Yeah.
those are what industry leading protection,
Uh-huh.
correct? Are you getting my point?
Yeah. Yeah. I got
I'm
you.
giving the very basic example so that it will be easy for you.
Sure.
Okay. Next is what? No. Next is what? Actionable insights. So what is the actionable insights? Tell me. Just now I've given you the example.
I'm not sure.
If you have seen that you are using Python 2.9, then you have to update your Python version in your environment, right? That is your
Yeah.
actionable, correct?
Okay.
If you have seen any vulnerability, then you have to what? Remediate that, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Automated response means what? You have
So
to
the
set up some script that if it is what whenever the new version of Python will come, it should update automatically. You must have seen that in the DevOps pipeline and all, right? They
yeah.
are what? Every time they are updating there, right?
So so this
Yes or
is
no?
like is it like a SOAR which technically works towards incident and give a resolution?
Yes.
something
Maximum,
like
most,
that. Yeah.
yes, see, most of the time is what uh, mm, we are trying to automate as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but still we cannot automate 100%. That we have to understand. Okay,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Next is what? Automated response is what? You know, right? And training and awareness. Every time we have to give our employee, okay,
Yeah.
training that, okay, you have to use updated latest technology, correct? You have
Yeah.
to check your vulnerability, all this stuff, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you know, right, all this stuff. Malicious mail detected, remove office, everyone get right. Everyone is doing the training, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
So no need to spend so much time here, correct?
Yeah.
As you are experienced people, that is the, if you
This
ask,
is like
if
basically a sort of
uh,
a mock drill. Yeah.
yes. So shall I go to next? Tell me your
Yeah.
experience. Otherwise, if you are in batch,
Maybe
then
you
I
can just
used to.
walk me through that process of what has been
Okay,
displayed here.
whenever, see, whenever you are getting any phishing email and all, right? So
Yeah.
our you guys have, you must have done some training regarding the email phishing and all, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, we have to check what exact email ID, correct?
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
source from which it is going? What is the domain, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Correct. First thing. Second thing is what? Is there any link or attach? Correct. Attachment
That's
there. We
right.
should
Yeah.
not open. After that, also we have to check if anything is what urgent, something like that. We should not act on that. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes or no? You have
Yeah.
to reply within 5 minutes. You have to reply within 30 minutes. No.
Yeah.
Correct. So those stuff we have to automate, investigate, and remediate. Means what? We have to check when this kind of email we are getting, we have to what? First,
Yeah. Review the mail domain and see what is the
and
content, what is the link
and then
attached to it, and based on the
we have
action.
to report to the security team, right?
Yeah. That's right.
And then security team is going to remediate, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what. So so Microsoft Defender for Office 365 is what? First, we had to configure policies. First of all, what is policy? Policy is what? Any rule, set of rules and regulation which we are going to create based on our organization standard. If you are working in CMM level 5, then your rule and regulation will be different. If you are working in CMM level 3 and 4, then your rule and regulation will be different. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
After that, yeah, after that you can see that task analyze threats.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of threat? Whether they have attack on your email, they have attack on your no identity, correct?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
there are multiple types of one, and how to respond and attack. Okay, so don't worry, we'll do the labs, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, threat attacker, threat explorer, and attack simulator. Okay, now let us discuss about the lesson 4, that is Microsoft Defender for Identity.
Mm-hmm.
So as I have already explained you, Microsoft Defender for Identity means what? They are Microsoft is going to defend your or secure your identity. Means what?
Mm-hmm.
Who you are, correct?
Yeah.
You are employee of XYZ organization,
Yeah.
correct? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And you might have some identity, your email ID,
True.
your employee ID,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
So those stuff we are going to secure, right? So in this
Yeah.
particular lesson, we are going to define the capabilities of Microsoft Defender for Identity. Okay, also we are going to discuss of how to configure Microsoft Defender for Identity Sensor, and also we are going to discuss about how Microsoft Defender for Identity can remediate risk in your environment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so first of all, so have you heard about the LDAP?
Yeah. Like lightweight directory access authentication protocol.
Yes. So
basically
my
AD.
yes. So Microsoft Defender for Identity is what? First of all, what is what? Reconnaissance, right? So
Mm-hmm.
security principle reconnaissance, LDAP account enumerations, user group membership, and user IP address and all. So I was telling you that okay, uh, before this particular activity like SC200, we should have understanding of the 104 also, right?
Yeah.
So there, how to create user and user group, that I will explain you. Okay. So don't
Okay.
worry. What is user group? How we are going to add user into the user group and all, that I will explain you. Okay.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
with that user only, we are going to do the labs. Now
Mm-hmm.
understood?
Got you. Yeah.
Okay. So first, let us finish this, theory part. Then we'll do
Mm.
that. Then your understanding will be more clear. Okay.
Got you. Yeah.
So all these what no Microsoft Defender identity is what these are the stuff we are going to discuss. Okay. So
Sure.
Microsoft Defender for let me like in Microsoft Defender, like you if someone is going to try to attack your identity, then they want to store they want to track your entire data also, right? Personal data, professional data, correct? What
Yeah.
is your uh, what are your secrets keys and all, right? Yes
True.
or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So all this stuff we have to what? Secure, correct, through
Yeah.
Microsoft Defender. Yes or no?
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So that's basically the identity module, which will protect your cloud-based data, or which will secure the cloud-based data. Yeah.
Not only cloud based, you can
So it can be
secure
used
the
for your on-prem as well.
yes.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
So, so if you have an Active Directory sort of an infrastructure with multiple servers and users, um, you can install this Defender for Identity to those servers if required.
Yes. And also see, someone is going to ask you, oh no, what is Azure Active Directory Identity Protection? What will be your answer? Basically, identity protection is what? Is a solution built into in Azure AD, that's
Yeah,
designed to protect your especially identities through a Microsoft 365 Defender, right?
sure. But my question is like, you
Yeah,
have, uh, if you go for Azure AD, you got, P1 license, P2 license. Then you
yeah.
have the PIM, which you can enable. You have the
Mm,
JIT. You have the security. Totally can be enabled through PIM itself, isn't it? Privileged Identity Management System.
yeah. So those stuff is going to provide you the basic security.
And
Try
what
to
does
understand.
this cover?
This will cover entire things.
Okay.
Like see, Azure Active Directory Identity Protection is what? It is going to detect the threat. Okay. It is
Yeah,
going to investigate the threat also.
true.
Okay. And after that, it is going to remediate also because Copilot is what added.
Yeah.
Okay. But there it is what, see, let me tell you a simple example. Whatever maybe the security you will put in your home.
Hmm.
If theft is already decided that they are going to storm your bike or something, right? Your
Yeah,
car and all.
they will do it.
Correct. So for that, we have to increase the security layers, correct?
Yeah, true.
To
So this is
remediate
an got
this
you.
is
Yeah.
what yeah. I'm just giving you. See,
Yeah.
someone is going to ask you what is risk. How
Yeah.
can you define what is risk? What is risk?
Um, it can be any sort of a weakness in a system which someone can penetrate and get access
See,
through.
basically risk is, let me tell you. Basically risk is what? See, if you are not in your home, correct?
Mm.
And you have parked your car outside of the room, outside of your house on road and all, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you are what? You are at risk. Maybe someone is going to, take your car
So
from.
many possibilities.
Yes, so many possibilities, right?
Yeah.
So basically, risk, if someone is going to ask you what is risk in cloud security and all, basically risk can be what? Described as what? Any suspicious activity.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yeah.
Just note it down. Risk is what? Risk can be described as what? Any suspicious activity.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Suspicious activity.
correct. And actions, user can, what kind of user can, take the action? What kind of action user can do? Just now I have
Mitigation.
given, yes, mitigation. Okay, like in account related is what? Action by users is what? They sign in, correct?
Yeah. The signing location, then the password which they use,
Correct.
number of wrong password
So,
tries. There's so many things.
correct. So basically risk is what? Any suspicious activity. But
True.
risk is also, we can define in two ways. One is what? Unusual behavior, and second one is what? Leak credentials. Okay.
Hmm.
First one is, see, that is what type of user risk.
Okay.
See, you have parked your car outside the your house on the road, right?
Yeah.
Correct. That is what? User risk. But in cloud, one of these what? Sign in risk. If you
Hmm.
are going to sign in your account while sitting in cafe, maybe the camera and something, right? You're typing your
Yeah.
password. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
True.
So risk can be defined as what? Two types, right? User risk and sign in risk.
Hmm.
So user risk is what? Unusual behavior. Like you're not
Yeah.
parking your car inside home, you're parking your car outside home, correct?
Yeah.
Credential is what? Maybe you are the user credential could have been what? Leaked. Someone you are writing your you have write down your password somewhere, some paper and all, right?
Yeah. Put
Correct?
a sticky on the monitor.
Yeah, sticky. And sometimes what is in front of anyone, you are just typing your password,
Yeah.
correct? So
True.
those stuff, it is what? Chances of leaking that particular password, correct?
Password. Yeah.
Yeah. So user risk is what? Is a casual when a user identity or account is what? Compromised. That is what
Hmm.
user risk, right?
Yeah.
And sign-in risk is what? Identity.
Um,
Sign-in risk is what? Identity protection is what? Not enabled. Correct? You are just giving the password you are, and maybe it is what? Both have already compromised.
gotcha.
If
Yeah.
MFA, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Agree.
So these are Microsoft Defender. We will do all these labs. Okay. Now
Hmm.
Azure AD identity protections. Okay. So let me tell you this. This is very important. This slide. Okay. If you will understand, then half of the security part you have understand. Okay. So
Hmm.
self-remediation workflow. If something Azure AD identity protection explains what? First is what? Administrator, configure risk policy, detect risk, password reset required, user notified, and password reset.
Okay.
Whenever we forget our password, then there is what? Self-remediation link will be there in our organization, correct? We
Yeah. You can
used to
say
change that,
reset your password or
reset your
recover the
password,
password. Yeah. Whatever.
correct?
Yeah.
But administrator, sometimes we are able to also forget, we do not have the access of the system itself, correct? So
Yeah.
then we have to go to with our manager or with our administrator, right?
True. Yeah.
Whatever.
Get
So
the approval.
so in that way, remediation workflow is what? First, you have to what? Connect with the administrator. They are
Yeah.
going to configure the risk and the risk policies. and then they are going to detect the risk. What is the risk? And then report is generated, like your
Mm-hmm.
system, your everything is what someone have taken the control and all, right? Then
Yeah.
admin notified means what? Your manager, they are going to notify to your manager,
True.
then administrator, then they are going to investigate the activity, and
Yeah.
based on that investigation, they are going to take the action. Means what? They are going to send, they will send your username to your manager, they
Mm-hmm.
will send the password to your email id, or maybe both, to your manager in the separate email, correct?
Yeah.
Then only we are able to log in. So this is what administrator remediation workflow.
Got you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who is doing this security in background? This administrator is what? Security person. Okay,
Yeah.
clear or not? Anyone, anything you
Yeah.
have doubt?
That's. I mean, now, to provide an explanation for this, what is the purpose of it? Is it like, you're explaining there's an automated way of doing the thing, or there's a manual way of doing the things? Is
Here
that what?
manual way, based on the report they have to take the action.
Okay.
Okay, here it is what
Yeah.
automated.
Got you.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you also may have explained that you are setting your password, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sign in risk and user risk policy, I have already explained you. Okay, sign in, and I just now I explained you, right? Risk
Yeah.
policy and sign risk, right? So those stuff we have done. Microsoft Defender for cloud apps. This is very important. Okay, so what do you mean by cloud apps? It is also one of the
Things
important
to
service in the
in the
Azure,
cloud.
right? Yes or no?
I think your voice is breaking up.
Now is my voice is clear? My voice is clear. Hello.
Now it is better. It's better now.
It's a very heavy rain is there. Okay, in
I
Bangalore,
see.
it's so that's the reason. Sometimes it is going to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you mean by cloud apps?
Any application which gets delivered from cloud platform.
So basically, Microsoft Defender for Cloud App is what? Cloud Access Security Broker. Okay.
Mm,
Bas okay. So basically, how you are going to access cloud apps? Okay, through Microsoft. Okay, Defender. So what are the here in this particular model we are going to discuss about the define the Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps framework. Okay. So cloud apps have some framework to do their work, right? Like
mm-hmm.
in basically in cloud of what are the activity we are doing? We are deploying our code, right?
Yeah.
We can do the development activity also. See,
Yeah.
although this class is not from the AG204 and all, but I'm just going to give you the basic idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically those are the activity we are doing, right?
Yeah.
So they to do those activity, there must be some framework, right?
True.
So framework we can customize based on our requirement,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And also we are going to discuss about explain how cloud discovery helps you see what is going on in your organization. Means what? How many threats per
Okay.
week you are getting, how they are resolving, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
What happened today? Your energy is little bit less, or my voice
Oh
is
no,
less?
maybe I think there's something wrong with this mic. Are you not able to hear me well?
Yeah, now I am able to hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So This is what the cloud app. Let me explain you. This is very important. So discover and control the use of shadow IT. So what do you mean by discover and control the use of shadow ID?
I don't know.
See, okay, fine. So discover and control the use of shadow IT. Shadow IT means what? Shadow IT. You have you heard about this word?
I'm not quite familiar with it.
Okay. See, whenever, let me tell you first thing. There are basically in Microsoft Defender for cloud apps, we have a four elements in that. Okay,
Okay.
cloud app security broker framework. We have four elements. First one is what discover and control the use of shadow IT. Second one is protect your sensitive information anywhere in the cloud. Third one is your protect against cyber threats and anomalies and access the compliance of your cloud apps. So let us first discuss about the discover and control the use of shadow IT. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
so if we are going to identify the cloud apps, okay, IaaS and PaaS services used by our organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that, what we are going to check? How many cloud apps do you think uh, that in your project they are going to use?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
See, let me tell you, this answer we cannot find in manually.
Okay.
Maybe in your project because there are so many shadow
Yeah.
ITs are there. Let me tell you a simple example. If you are using any VM, correct? So
Yeah.
they are attaching one more disk, hard disk or not?
They can if they want to.
They want to, and for that what? Shadow. Maybe sometimes in the production, some peak hour, right?
Yeah.
The capacity needs to be increased, then we have to add those, right?
Okay.
So in any large organization, more than 1,000 shadow IT will be there. Resources will be there. Okay.
Okay.
In the basic, in any applications, any project. Okay. So first of all, what we are going to do that it is whenever you're going to run this cloud app security broker in your entire environment, it is going to detect all the shadow IT resources.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Okay.
understand, discover and control the user. If you know, okay, suppose you are using one VM, in for that VM, maybe five disks are attached,
Okay.
correct? So
Yeah.
primary disk will be only one, right?
Yeah.
Later you have added. So all those shadow will be what? Discovered by cloud app security broker framework. Okay.
Sure. But why would a cloud apps security broker, find out such a, basic things of, adding a hard disk or whatever to
First,
it?
they have to understand how many services are there, right?
Okay.
Without knowing, see, in your let me give you the simple example. In suppose you are working project A, correct? In
Yeah.
that project, first you need to understand how many infrastructure they are using, correct?
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Then only you are going to think about the protection, correct?
Yeah. So it's a sort of
How?
an inventory running,
Yes,
infrastructure.
yes, kind of
Okay.
inventory running. Okay.
Yeah.
Shadow means what? Kind of sometimes duplicate database also may be there.
Mm,
Okay. Sometimes you
gotcha.
must have seen that they have by mistake they have created duplicate one. Correct?
Yeah.
So those stuff also it is going to bring into the one particular dashboard.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Next is what? Protect your sensitive information anywhere in the cloud. I think it is what you are already know about, right? You have 20 years experience, correct? This is
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
if we want to protect our sensitive information, what are the how can you say that this particular data is sensitive?
Yeah.
How can I say that, right?
True.
There are multiple types of data, right? More sensitive, critical, raw data, correct?
Yeah.
And simple data, unstructured data, structured data, right? Those are the what types of data, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Got you. Yeah.
So with this cloud app security frame, security broker, CSB framework, we can protect our data that is available in cloud apps.
I
Okay.
see.
Also, it is going to protect against cyber threats and anomalies. Okay. So detect unusual behavior. See,
Mm-hmm.
unusual sometimes your application is going to behave, unusual things they are going to do automatically, right?
Yeah.
Correct or not?
True. So what
Let
what
me
we are
give you the one.
discussing is basically the whole framework of the Defender family in cloud. Is that what we are understanding by the framework,
Yes,
CASB framework?
yes. Only this is what used for cloud app.
Okay, okay. So specifically to a cloud apps front.
Cloud
Okay,
app. Do not think about it is what about the. It is for VM also. It is for database also.
I see. Okay.
In the see, there are multiple cloud in a single project. They might are using multiple cloud app. One for dev environment, one for what? SIT environment, one for UAT environment, one for production environment, right?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
yeah.
Maybe before UAT, there is what? Pre-prod environment, one more they can invent, right? They can
Mm-hmm.
create, right? So
Yeah.
how many cloud apps, how many resources, how many duplicate IT shadows they are using?
Got you.
And fourth one is access the compliance of your cloud apps. So how you are accessing, correct?
Yeah.
See, let me give the simple example. If you are staying in Australia right now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you are what accessing your organization, right? If
Yeah.
unusually, if you are no, let me tell you, if you are traveling to USA, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And from USA, if you are going to log into your system on your mobile app and all, it will show it is unusual and you are logging from this particular location, correct?
Yeah.
So how they are going to access everything?
I got you.
Are you getting? Because you are
Yeah.
right in USA, you are using the internet of what? USA, correct?
Yeah. True.
Correct. They are able to identify because already they are already using Microsoft 365 Defender. Now clear?
I see. Got you. Yeah.
See, securities were very interesting and it is little bit tedious. So slowly you will understand.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you will do the entire labs and all, then you will understand. So I have already explained you all this stuff. Okay. So protect your data and apps with conditional access app control, prevent data, exfiltration, protect on downloads. Means what? Whenever we are trying to download in our system, right? Sometimes it is not allow you, right?
Yeah.
And also if you're using 365 and sometimes you are trying to open some of the sites, it is not allowing you to open, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Prevent upload and unlabeled files, right? If you are trying to upload some, you know, file into the share point, it is not allowing you, right?
Yeah.
In your organization, right? Why? Because they are using Microsoft 365 Defender. If they are allowing you, it means what is not secure. Maybe you can upload some virus, correct?
True.
Entire SharePoint gone,
Yeah.
correct? So
Agree.
monitor and also monitor user session for compliance. Like suppose X user is how much time they have and what are the activity they did in that particular account.
Yeah.
Block access and block custom activities. Okay, so Microsoft
Yeah.
Defender for cloud apps is what how you are going to detect. Okay, how you are going to detect those stuff. I will explain you in this. discover, investigate, policies, template. You are going to create everything: information protection, conditional access, threat protections, right? Under the
Yeah,
policy, we'll do the labs. Okay.
got you. And what is the license you would require for this?
Right now, for it is not. I will tell you
No, I
how to
mean,
do the
generally, if
labs.
you want to go for a full suite
Then
of
you have
Defender.
okay full. You want to use in your organization. You're talking, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. I thought for labs purpose how you are okay. For
That you can get in
organize,
evaluation.
yeah, for organization Office 365, Defender license you need to take. Okay, individually you can't take.
I say, okay.
Okay, you have to take as a organization only. If you are working, and you should have some domain. Like
Yeah.
suppose you are working in Bipro at the rate of Bipro.com, you are working Accenture at the rate of Accenture.com. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in that particular email ID only it will works.
Oh, I see.
If you are thinking that I can use, through Gmail or Hotmail and all this stuff, it will not work.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we are a trainer, we know how to hack. Okay.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Security. So you are able to do the labs, don't worry.
Okay.
Even you are not able to log in with your Gmail. See, portal.azure.com, you can create the account, right?
Mm.
But security dot no security.microsoft.com, that is your Microsoft Defender portal, right? You are not able to log in, you are not able to create the ID,
Mm.
create
I
the
see.
account there. Okay, so those stuff I will tell you how to create that. That
Okay.
is the reason I was telling you very first day you need is what? Two VMs, one
Yeah.
user into the AD, correct? That
Mm,
user
yeah.
we are going to use.
Okay. Got you.
Okay, so identify suspicious activities, investigate risk, and take appropriate action. All this stuff we have already discussed. Now respond data loss prevention alert. Okay, so DLP, describe data loss prevention DLP components in Microsoft 365. Okay, and after that investigate DLP alerts in the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center, and investigate DLP alerts in Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps. Okay,
Got you.
so those are the stuff we are going to discuss. Don't be right now. If you are able to understand 30% also, that is more than enough for me.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I can understand everything. You have to watch once again the video, or maybe you have to listen, right? But
Yeah.
if you will do the labs, then you will be 100%.
Mm, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Clear.
okay. So, what do you mean by DLP? DLP full form is your data loss prevention, right?
Mm.
So, with the DLP policy, what are the stuff we can do? We can identify what? Sensitive information. Okay, we can prevent the accidental sharing of sensitive information. Correct,
Yeah.
you must have seen that whenever you are sending an email to the external party, it is displaying in what? Pop-up message. This particular
Yeah.
person not belongs to your organization, still you
Yeah.
are ready to send.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So how this kind of pop-up message is coming? Because your Outlook is what? Integrated with
Exchange.
Microsoft Defender 365.
Oh, see.
Clear? That is the XDR only, right? The
Yeah.
same thing name. I'm just telling you full name, right?
Yeah.
Monitor and protect sensitive information in the desktop no, version of Excel, PowerPoint, and what. That is what I was telling you, right? Whatever software you are using, it should be what? Updated, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Helps user learn how to stay compliant, right? And compliant without interrupting their workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you want to send the email and all, it is not going to restrict you, right?
Yeah.
Normal operation without any inconvenience we are able to do, right? In day-to-day activity, correct?
Yeah. True.
View DLP alerts and reports showing content that match your organization DLP policies. Okay. Now we are going to discuss data loss prevention components. First one is what? Sensitive information types, sensitivity levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Levels means what? Low, high, critical. Correct?
Okay. Yep.
Data. Also, we have what? Some data loss prevention policy means what? We are using backup policy. Have you heard about, right? You must have heard about backup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So that is what? Defender for cloud apps file policy. Okay. So
Yeah.
these are what data loss prevention components. Okay. So these are what I will show you all this stuff. Microsoft Defender alert open. This is what Microsoft here alert it will show. Okay. Under the policy control, this alert notification kind. Okay. Now lesson 8, manage insider risk in Microsoft 3. How you are going to manage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop and do some labs. Otherwise, you will be little bit, you will forget everything.
Sure.
Correct? Yes or no?
Yeah. Totally. It's better to understand, how the well, rather, it's better to see how
No,
that
no.
interface look.
Yeah, interface that is what with the slide I'm telling you. But okay, let me only few slides are there. Then we are in one unit we are able to complete. So let me finish that
Okay.
just now. Okay, then we will do that stuff labs because this is what our second week, right? So I have to also update.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this particular lesson, we are going to, I will explain you how insider risk management is Microsoft 365 can help prevent, detect, and contain internal risk in an organization. Then also we are going to describe the types of built-in predefined policies template and list the prerequisites that needs to be met before creating insider risk policies. And also I'm going to explain the types of actions you can take on an insider risk management case. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very important. Let me see. Broad range of risk and violations from insiders. First one is what? What do you mean by data spills? Do you have any idea about what is
No.
data spills? Are you in day-to-day activity? What kind of data you are using?
A
Are
lot
you
of
using any
confidential data, company-based uh, information.
company? Just now you said the right word, company based.
I mean, their own items, like, those documents, those data, it all belongs to company.
Project related stuff.
Can be project related, can be project rollout details, intellectual properties of the company, in other terms.
Great. That is what I want to have. No, that word just no intellectual property, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, whenever you are going to uh, discuss about that, data, especially data space, especially in cloud. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So data splicing basically, refer to is what? It is going to if someone is got unauthorized exposure.
Okay.
Unauthorized exposure means what? You are work right now you are working from home, correct?
Yeah.
Yes or no? But you must have some office space in your house so that even your wife, your kids should not able to see your desktop,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah.
Right? So unauthorized, because if in front of your known people you are working your office task and all, right? That is
Yeah.
what unauthorized exposure. Means what? Although you have the authorized person, you are the authorized person, but your wife, your kids and all, right, your brother and all, they are
Yeah,
not authorized person to see that
see
particular
that.
data, right?
Yeah, true.
Correct. So
Yeah,
that is refer as what? Data space. Now understand?
I see. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Next is what? Confidentiality violations. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're doing that activity, it means what?
Yeah, you're actually doing violation
Correct.
against company data.
Next is what? IP theft. What does it mean?
IP theft.
Hmm?
Not sure.
What do you mean by IP? You must be knowing, right?
Yeah, it is an address which has been given to your uh, host or server or whatever.
See, IP theft means what? You suppose, let me give you the simple example. You have created one VM, right? That day you have
Yeah,
created in front of me, right?
yeah,
I have seen your IP, right?
yeah.
Correct. If I'm going to use that IP with my, personal work or any other work, then it is what? It is what? Unauthorized access, right?
Unauthorized IP being assigned to you, but what way is it going to be insider risk? Is
See,
it
let
like,
me.
I'm trying to be you? Are you trying to, is it like, I'm pretending to be a host and trying to steal the data?
Exactly. See, if I'm going to take your IP address, I have a, no, and I'm using your IP, then it is what? If I'm using your IP, it means what? Anything I can, whatever the IP, whatever the stuff you have done in that particular, VM, I can able to see, right?
Yeah, I can actually pretend that this is the server and get that, request from other host and then try to capture the data what they pass to this IP or to my host.
Yes, they can send the maybe some secure data they can transfer,
Authentication. Yeah.
correct? They can
Yeah.
send from, so that is also one of what? Risk, right?
Yeah.
Correct or not?
Yeah,
Insider
it
risk.
is.
Next is what? Workplace violation. I think everyone knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're working in office or if you're working in your home, right? So we have to do some lots of what? There are what? Clean desk policy, correct?
Yeah.
Next is what? You should not write your password and all on any paper, right?
So- But I
Next is
think this
what?
is workplace violence. What
Yeah,
way are you going to do a sort of a violence in a,
violence means what? Unauthorized
that,
person, you are, some person is what? Watching your screen and all, right?
yeah,
They are able to
so
check and all,
over the
right?
shoulder. Yeah, I
Yes.
got it.
Next is what? Fraud. This is what? Well known, right?
True.
After that, policy violations. Policy violation means what? In any organization, they have multiple policies, right? Like
Yeah,
suppose
can be
you are
anything.
working, yeah. So can be anything, right? Maybe
Yeah.
you are not authorized to enter into the bay,
You
correct?
sign up
Something.
something and do against those policies.
Correct. And next is what? Insider trading. If you are
Mm.
working for banking, right?
Yeah,
And suppose any bank application or any banking project like BOFA Bank of America or Australian Bank and all, right?
yeah,
So if then you know the data, what will happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after a month, right?
yeah,
And based on that, if you are doing the trading, correct?
yeah.
So that is what? Illegal, correct?
Got you.
Okay. Next is what? Conflicts of interest. So conflicts of interest is what? If you are working somewhere in the same domain, at a parallel, you are doing two jobs. You can say that
Yeah.
in India, that is what kind of conflict of interest. And after that,
Gotcha.
sensitive data leaks. Exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Workplace harassment.
Yeah.
I think you know better than, right? You have a 20
Sure.
years, correct?
Yeah.
So workplace harassment nowadays is what? Very, very strict. Security violations, correct? And then regulatory compliance violations. So these are what?
These
12
are the one. Yeah.
items. 12 items, right? These are
Yeah.
the what? Broad range of risk and violation from insiders. So whenever we are going to do any work, we have to what? Remember these 12 types of what? Violations and risk.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
So policy alerts trigger investigate and action. Okay. These are ev- anyone know, right? If you are going to what? While if you are going to what? Do any kind of violation of the policy, it is going to generate the alert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it is what? Whether it raise means what? Number one, two, three, which type of level, right? Then it is what? Investigate, and based on that, they are going to take the actions. Correct?
Yeah.
So manage insider risk policy. So policy template is what? Departing employee data theft, data leaks, and offensive
Mm-hmm.
language in email. Right?
Yeah.
Policy setting is what? Privacy and indicators, policy timeframes, and intelligent detections. You cannot write offensive language in email, correct?
Yeah. True.
It will detect.
Yeah.
You cannot send any data in your personal email ID, data leaks, right?
True.
Correct?
Yeah.
You cannot able to see the salary of your another employee, correct?
Yeah. True.
If you are not HR, I'm not talking about HR. Okay. So guided demonstration insider risk. These are we will do the labs. Okay. Now check your knowledge with the module quiz in your course viewer. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
shall I check? So what is the lab we have to do first? Explore Microsoft 365 Defender. This is what for module 1 we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let us do. Now you have to share your screen.
Do you think it's 11:30 right now? I've got a meeting. It's only an hour generally I keep for it. So maybe we can start from tomorrow.
It's one. Okay. It's
It's
okay.
almost an hour now because I've got a meeting coming up by 11:35. All right.
Okay. Oh, I was
I'll
trying
see
to
to it.
finish today. Okay. Not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So my request to you, please create two VM and both should able to access.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that.
Photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Because labs are very important. Please,
Yeah,
without
I
lab.
mean, I was actually looking forward to it, but unfortunately, we are running out of time today.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Sure.
Bye. Let's connect tomorrow. Bye.